Today I'm giving a brief tutorial on how to mark with Kumon. So ideally this is how students' homeworks will be marked at home. So firstly, just to identify the booklet that the student is doing, it says in the top left corner 3A 181A. So that's the first page of the booklet. Every booklet will begin with a code, either 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, A, B, C, D, etc. It will then be followed by a number. This booklet is 181. Each booklet is 10 pages long, so it will start with a number that ends in a 1 and it will finish with a number that ends in a 0. So this booklet runs from 3A 181 all the way to 3A 190. So that's 10 pages in total. You could have a booklet that runs from 3A 11 to 3A 20, again 10 pages. So first things first, we want to make sure that students have written their name, their start time and their finishing time. That enables us to calculate the total time taken to complete the work. So at the top I will write 25 minutes because this student started at 5:04 and finished at 5:29. So that's 25 minutes in total. I will then proceed to mark the student's book. So here I've got an answer book which is for 3A, 2A and A. So that includes 3A, which is the booklet that I'm marking today. So I then open this answer book, and at the top of the answer book you will see the pages that each page covers. So this page of answers covers booklet 3A 71 to 80. I'm looking for 3A 181. So I will flip until I get to 3A 181. So I recommend actually that we start marking from the back page, from the last page, and I'll explain why, or you'll kind of see why as I get there. So 3A 190B. So the top section of the answer book is side A, the first side of the page, and then the bottom side is side B, which is the second side of the page. As you'll see, every page has an A side, 190A, and a B side, 190B. So the A side is the top half of the page on the answer book, and the B side is the bottom side. So I am starting on page 190, so I look across the top and I've got 190 there, and then I start running down with the answers, but remember starting on the B side. So B side we've got 6, 7, 10, 11, 9, 12, 14, 15. This whole page is correct, and to symbolise that, I do a big red circle across the whole page. That means this whole page is correct. Now onto the A side. So at the top of this section on the answer book, 5, 8, 7, 9. So the answer book says 9, but the student has written 10. 6 plus 3 is actually 9. So what I do here is I put a dot underneath the question number, and I hope that's quite clear on the camera. Just a dot underneath the question number to mark that that's a question that the student needs to revisit. And then I'll continue 11, 10, 13, 14. The rest of that page is all correct, but because there's an error on that page, I won't put a big circle. So that page remains like that. Because it's only one error on this page, on the A and the B side, in total there's one error, I would circle A, which shows there's only one error on that page. B shows 2 to 4 errors, C shows 5 to 8 errors, and D shows 9 to 16. But because this student only has one error, I would circle the letter A. Okay? That's one page done. I'll move that over. Now we're on 189B, so down to the bottom, 5, 7, 6, 8. 10, 12, 11, 13. All correct. Big red circle. To the top of that page. 4, 6, 5, 8, 9. All correct. Big circle. And because this time both the B and the A side are all correct, I would write 100%. That means this whole page is now 100%. So when our student is looking through their booklet, looking for the errors that they need to correct, they know that as soon as they see 100% on the A side, they don't need to worry about this page at all, and they can move straight on to the next page. I hope that makes sense. So now we move on to 188B. 6, 8, 9, 7, 10, 12, 11, 14. All correct. Onto the A side. 5, 7, 9, 8, 11, 12, 10, 13. All correct. And because both the A and the B side are all correct, I would mark 100% for that whole page. This is the reason we mark from back to front, because once you get to the A side, you can comfortably write 100% knowing that the B side and the A side are all correct. That is why I mentioned it's easier to mark from the back to the front. But again, you will find a method that works for you. So now that work is all marked, I now have 10 pages, of which 9 pages are all 100% and just one page has an error on it. And the one page that has the error is 3A 190A. So now, what I want is a summary across the top of this booklet, just to make it easy for you to take a picture of a booklet and send it to me, and I then have all the details that I need from that booklet. So I've already got the code up at the top, like I said, I want that visible. And then ideally I want a summary of how many errors we have on each page. So on page 1 we have no error, on page 2 no error, page 3 no error, page 4 no error, 5 no, 6 no, 7 no, 8 no, 9 no, 10 we've got an error which made us get a grade A on that page. So we've got grade A on page 10. So I will then be able to identify by every dash or by every letter how many errors we've got on each page. So you would then send me a summary of all of the booklets that your child has done in that week by laying them one on top of the other like this. And what I would see is the code for the booklet, how many errors the child had on each page, and how long it took them to do that booklet. All of that information is exactly what I need to keep a detailed record of how your child is getting on with their Kumon at home. So this booklet, for example, is 3A191. The student started at 7:39 and finished at 8:07. So this student took 28 minutes. So I would write 28 minutes across the top. And then I'll look through to see which pages the student had errors on. So no errors on the first 3 pages. On the 4th page, I can see there's a red circle, but there's no 100%. That signals to me that there's going to be an error, and the error is on page 194B. So on 194B, we've got 1 error, so I would circle A, yeah? 195, no error. 196, no error, because we can see the 100%. 197, we've got 1 error over there and 1 error on the B side too. So 2 errors in total. That gets us to a grade B on 197. 198, 100%. 199, 100%. 200, We've got 1 error on 200, so again, grade A. So now I'm going to go back to the front page and draw up that summary like what we previously did on the other booklet. So we've got the code at the top. Now 191, no error. 192, no error. 193, no error. 194, we had 1 error, which gave us a grade A. 195, no error. 196, no error. 197, we had 2 errors, which gave us a grade B. 198, no error. 199, no error. 200, we had 1 error, which gave us a grade A. So again, I can see very clearly which pages we had errors on, how long this booklet took, and which booklet this is. So what I would then ask is for you to lay out the booklets that your child has done in that week, one underneath each other, just highlighting the information that I need to see, which is all clearly shown like that. So the next booklet, we just go on top of that, again highlighting what we've seen in that booklet. I haven't actually marked this one yet, but this is an example of what I would like to see every week. Every Monday I would like to be sent a picture of the booklets placed like this with this key information across the top. For those of you who prefer to fill in this record sheet, which I usually attach to the front of your child's booklets, that is also fine as a way of sending record of your child's homework to me. So at the top, I just require your child's name to be written, and then each line represents one booklet. So first you would write the date that your child completed their work. So for example, the 2nd of November. Let me write it in red so that you can see. So for example, the 2nd of November, yeah? And then the next box says level. The level is 3A on this booklet, or 2A, or A, B, C, etc. So it's usually the letter, and if there's a number before the letter, that number is also included. So this is level 3A. 3A. And then it's the number that follows after for that booklet. So this is 3A191. The level is 3A and the booklet number is 191. We don't need to include the A. The A just represents the first side of the page and B represents the second side of the page as discussed, but the actual booklet is 191, okay? So next it says time. So the time is how long it took your child to complete their work, and we've already written up here 28 minutes. So 28 for that booklet. And then the blue boxes for maths or the orange boxes for English represent the number of errors that have been made on each page. So here we can see on page 4 we had 1 error. So page 4, 1 error. Page 7, 2 errors. And page 10, 1 error again. I know up here we've got letters written, but you can, it's the number of errors is fine, or the grading is also fine. It's completely up to you, whichever way you prefer. So you can see over here, page 194 or page 4, we had 1 error just at the bottom there, so 1 error. And then on page 197, we had 1 error on the A side and 1 error on the B side, so that gives us a total of 2. And then on the last page we had 1 error down at the bottom, so that's 1. On the pages where there were no errors, No worries of writing anything in those boxes, please just leave them blank. And then in the last box it just has comments and observations, anything that you saw or your child said while they were doing their homework. They find 5 plus 7 difficult, then we would say 5 plus 7 difficult. And that's all I require. So every single day, just that one line to be completed with how your child got on with their booklet, which booklet they completed, what day they completed it, and the number of errors, and that's it. I hope that's been helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, bye-bye.